how far back can we list our work history accomplishments? One agency advised leave out my graduation dates and no more than 15 to 20 years. I had great seed work in 2005 to 2008, and my 42 beats per minute pulse just went up to about 150, because this is what makes my skin crawl. Not your question, Steve. I love the question, and I love you for being a boot camper. The other day, I was talking about there is no number. There is no number. Okay, I'm 56. I'm putting all 34 years of my work experience on my resume because it markets me best. So the answer to your question is, how far back should you go? Whatever markets you best. If you're telling me that 2005 to 2008 starts a 16-year run or 17-year run of what markets you best, then you do that. If you tell me that in 2000 or 1998 you did something awesome that makes sense, and that if people see it, you become a more attractive candidate, you go back to 1998. I don't know how many years that is. It doesn't make any difference. It's not 10, it's not 15, it's not 20. I don't care if you go back 40. And you can take your graduation date off. That's no problem. I have no problem with that. But once you start the chronology, once you start your time period, once you decide, I'm going to go back on my resume to 2005, then what I want you to do is I want you to start wherever you want to start. I'm going to start 1988, okay? So once you do that, then you run continuously, meaning your chronology does not exclude any jobs. So if 2005 to 2008 was great, and then you had like 2009, and then 6 months you crapped out, and then you had another one, you need to put that, because the background check is going to show it. And what's going to happen is if they look at your resume and say, well, hang on a second, you got this job here that came up on the background check, and you're not showing this on your resume, then you're going to have to explain that. Now you're in liar mode. Like, that's how they'll think. However, hang on, let me show you another, let me talk about another quick technique here. Let's say you start 2005 and you run up 16, 17 years, okay? Then between 2000 and 2004, that was a crappy job, had nothing to do with whatever. In 1998, you had something you loved, and it went to 2000 or whatever. And then in 1990 to 1992, that was also cool. So 90 to 92, 96 to 98. What you do is you stop at 2005, and then you put additional experience or additional professional experience or whatever the heck you want to call it. And then you give them a summary with no dates of the relevant experience that supports or markets you best based on where you want to go. So you could say, additional professional experience, held senior financial analyst positions for prominent banks, including blah and blah, to perform the. Leave it. That's it. Okay? And you don't have to put the years or anything, and you cherry picked because that was relevant. Okay? So that works, and that's cool, but once you start your chronology, don't stop. Stay continuous. I once did a resume review of a woman who had this she was in California, and she wanted to get back to loan processing, and she had been like a paralegal and had done a bunch of stuff. It was totally different. But early in her career, she had like 3 banks that she worked for where she did this. And she went back and she re-educated herself and got some certifications or whatever the heck credentials she needed. And she's like, I want to break back, but I'm not having any luck. Because her resume looked like it was long ago she did this, even though schooling was recent. So stop all that. We're going to change your career profile. We're going to talk about your loan stuff. We're going to change your highlights. We're going to talk about your loan stuff. We're going to put your education below your career profile and above your career highlights. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give you a big experience section, and we're going to talk about all these other things you did, and we're going to take the dates off and this and that. 2 weeks later, she got a job. in exactly what she wanted. So career changer, back to something she used to do and had struggled for months, and then got in the boot camp and went through, and she's like, Andy, I'm just not sure what to do. Can we have a coaching session, and can we talk about my resume? I said, sure. It was pretty worth it. And bang, bang, we were done. 2 weeks. She got her job.